Hey guys. So, honestly, I really didn't know what I was going to talk about today, right? I have got like so much crap going on inside of me, around me. And every time I try to think of what I could say, it all sounds like it's the things that I've said 100 times. I miss Cody. I'm tired. I'm hurting. I'm falling apart. I'm trying to hold everything together. I feel like I'm fighting things inside my head. I'm also trying to fight to keep some kind of peace around me. I feel like a broken record. I feel like I keep sitting here saying the same things over and over again because nothing has changed. My son is still gone. I still wake up in a world without him. I still can't understand how any of this is my life. I still feel like I'm waiting to wake up from something that I didn't even know I was going to have to wake up from, right? Somewhere other than here. And today, I don't really have a big message. I just feel numb, right? Numb. And being numb is hard because people think numb means you're not feeling anything. But numb is a feeling. Numb is what happens when there's just too much hurt, too much pressure, too much noise, too much crap coming from every single direction, too many things running through your head all at once. Too many things that you're trying not to say. Too many things you're trying not to react to. Too many things that you're trying to carry without completely breaking down in front of everybody. Numb does not mean I'm okay. Numb does not mean that I'm healed or healing. Numb does not mean I have to accept any of this. It means my mind and my body have probably reached a point where they don't know what to do with all of it, right? It's like something inside of me shuts off just enough so I can keep breathing, just enough to make it through another day, just enough so I don't completely lose it. And after working on my book and going back through so much of my life, my kid's life, I think I realized something. I think I realized why losing Cody has shattered me the way it has. It's not just hurt. It's not just a broken heart. It has completely destroyed me. And I think I finally may understand a little more of why. All of my life, right? All of my life, I've never really had a relationship where I can just sit back and feel safe, right? I've never had the kind of relationship where I could say, this is it, right? This person is not going to hurt me. This person is not going to leave. This person is not going to turn around and become one more thing I have to survive, right? My relationship history has been full of bad choices, hurt, abuse, fear, torment, confusion, any possible horrific thing that you could possibly think of being trapped inside of a relationship, right? It was never the good stuff. Never. It was never peace, never safety. It was never knowing I could put my full trust into another person and know that they would not be there, move out of the way, and let me fall flat on my face, right? And leave me there. I never learned how to trust people like that. I learned how to survive them. So that's what I had to do, right? I became the person I could depend on. I became the person who got crap done because nobody else was going to do it for me. I worked 3 jobs. I worked when I was tired. I worked when I was sick. I worked when I had nothing left. I worked because I had kids. I was a single mom and they needed me, and failure was not an option. I taught myself to do things that most women probably would have never had to learn. I taught myself how to install floor, carpet, tile, hardwood, vinyl. I did roofing. I learned how to fix things around the house on my own. I learned how to tear things apart and put them back together. I learned how to move from place to place all on my own. I learned how to pick up my own furniture, move things, rearrange the whole house by myself and my kids. Whatever space we was in, I learned how to make it work. I learned how to work on my own car. I could change a radiator, gas line, tire, thermostat, whatever is on a car, I can change it. Whatever needed to be done, I figured it out. I got my hands dirty. I watched. I learned. If I messed up, I tried again. And I did it because I didn't have any choice. I never needed a man to do anything for me. Not because I didn't want help. Not because I didn't want someone beside me. Not because I didn't want to feel like it was okay to have someone say, I got this. And they actually mean it, right? I wanted that more than anything. I got this. But I didn't depend on that. I learned not to need it because I learned that depending on somebody could get you hurt. The one thing that taught me about all of this is that men will hurt you and they will leave you. That was my relationship patterns. They will say they love you and then they'll become part of your most excruciating pain. They will say they are there and then somehow still end up standing there doing everything by yourself, right? Everything. So it was always me and my kids. It was always just us. Men came and went. Things changed. Homes changed. Relationships changed. Life got hard. Life got ugly. Life knocked us down, right? But I had my kids. No matter what else was wrong, I had my kids. We may have had disagreements. We may have got frustrated with each other. We may not have always understood each other. We're not perfect. But they didn't leave. They stayed. They were mine. I was theirs. And no matter else what was happening up in this jacked up world, I always had them. My kids were the only reason I fought so hard. They were the reason I got back up when I got knocked down. They were the reason I wanted something better. They were the reason that I worked 3 jobs. They were the reason that I learned how to fix everything on my own. They were the reason I did not just lay down and let life destroy me completely. I had to keep going because they needed me. I had to be strong because they needed a mom who could figure it out. I had to make a way because they were standing there behind me, waiting for me to make a way for them. They were my reason. They are my reason. Them and God. That was it. That was all I ever absolutely needed. My kids and God. Everything else could come and go. Everyone else could come and go. Life could fall apart. Everything could change. But it was always supposed to have my kids, right? I was always supposed to have my kids. That was the one thing that was never, ever, ever supposed to be taken away from me, right? I was always supposed to have my kids. I was always supposed to love them, call them, hear their voices, hug them, know where they were, know they were okay. I was always supposed to be here. They were always supposed to be here. They mattered more than anything else in this world. They mattered more than my own life. And then, when my son just got jerked away from me, just gone, no warning, no goodbye, no chance to prepare, no chance to hold him and know it was the last time, no dying breath, no chance to say everything I wish if I had known, right? Nothing. It was just taken. And one of the only people who made me who I am out of my almost 49, 50 years was just gone. Right? And I think that's why this is what has destroyed me. Because I did not build my life around a man. I built my life around my children. I did not become strong because some man stood beside me and helped me carry everything. I became strong because I had children who needed me to carry it. I learned how to do all those things because I had to take care of them. I learned how to survive because I needed them to survive too. I became the person I am because of Kody, and his sister needed that person. Kody was a part of the reason why I became who I am. He was not just somebody standing inside of my life. He was woven through every single piece of it. He was the reason I worked. He was the reason I kept fighting. He was the reason I learned how to do everything that was so hard. He was the reason I kept trying to make life better. He was the reason I did not give up a long time ago. He was part of the foundation in me. And when he was taken, part of that foundation was ripped out from underneath me. That is why I don't know how to stand now. That is why everything feels off balance. That is why nothing feels like it's where it belongs. That is why I honestly don't know who I am anymore. Because if Kody was part of the reason of who I became who I am, then who am I supposed to be now that he's not here? Who am I supposed to be? One of the main reasons I fought so hard is gone. How am I supposed to keep being a mom who has always figured it out when this is the one thing that I cannot figure out? I have always been able to fix something. Maybe I didn't know how at first. Maybe I had to watch somebody else do it. Maybe I had to tear it apart and try it 3 different ways. Maybe I had to make mistakes, but I could always find a way, right? I could fix a floor. I could fix a wall. I could fix a door. I could fix a car. I could move furniture. I could make a home out of whatever you were in, right? I could find the part. I could find the tool. I could find the problem. I could get my hands dirty. I could do something, but I can't fix this. There's no tool for this. There is no part that I can replace. There is no way to take apart this and put it back together right. There is no instruction video that tells you how to live after your son is gone. There is no step-by-step guide for how a mother is supposed to keep breathing when part of her, the whole reason for breathing, is no longer here. And I hate it. I hate being helpless. I hate that there is nothing that I can do. These hands have fixed so many things. They have worked 3 jobs, laid flooring, changed cars, packed boxes, moved furniture, held my children, wiped tears, rubbed their backs, been with them through everything, right? These hands took care of everything. But these hands cannot reach my son. They cannot grab him. They cannot pull him back. They cannot change what happened. They cannot even pick up all the pieces of me that went everywhere when I lost him. And that's what it feels like now. I feel like I am crawling through the darkest place I have ever been in. Like I am down on my hands and knees on my belly in the middle of some dark desert, surrounded by destruction. Everything is scattered. Everything that used to be my life is laying everywhere in pieces, tiny pieces. And I am crawling on my belly through it, searching, reaching around in the dark, trying to find the tiniest piece of something that makes sense, trying to find something I can hold on to, trying to find anything to not make this hurt the way that it does, trying to find enough pieces of myself to make me feel like a person again. But I have nothing. Or maybe I have pieces but I don't know where they go yet. I don't know what belongs where. I don't know how to put myself back together because I don't even know who I am without Kody here. I'm still his mom. I know that. I'll always be his mom. Death did not take that from me. It changed the way I'm allowed to be his mom. And that is one of the most painful parts of this. I still have all this love inside of me. It didn't go anywhere. Love did not die with Kody. The need to protect him did not die. The need to hear him did not die. The need to hug him, talk to him, and make sure he's okay did not die. My body still knows I'm his mom. My mind still searches for him. My heart still expects to see him somewhere in this world. I still listen for him. I still look for him. I still feel like I should be able to call him. I still feel like he should come walking through my door, but he doesn't. I can't get to him. And I think I've carried that pain so hard for so long that I now am numb. Not because I don't care, because I care too much. Because I am not just getting over it, because I am buried underneath it. Not because the pain is gone, because the pain is so deep, I don't even know how to feel all of it at once. And maybe my body is numb, trying to keep me alive. Maybe numb is my mind saying, you cannot take one more thing right now. Maybe numb is what happens when you have cried all the tears. You have cried for the moment, but numb is still sitting there. Maybe numb is just another form of screaming, but nobody can hear you. I still believe in God. I still believe Kody is with God. I still believe that I will see my son again. I believe that with everything in me. But that does not make me living this life here without him hurting any less. It does not make me stop missing him. It does not make me want him less. It does not put my life back where it was. It does not mean I understand why this has to be our story. I trust God, but I am still broken. I believe in heaven, but I want my son here. I believe I will see him again, but I still have to survive every single day between now and then. And some days I don't know how to do that. Some days my faith is not some big powerful thing. Some days my faith is just me sitting here numb, saying, God, I know you're there, but I can't feel anything inside of me right now. Some days faith is me not having any words. Some days faith is me not understanding one single thing, but still not letting go of God. Some days all I have is, God, God, please help me. Please help me. I say that a lot. Just be sitting somewhere and say, God, please help me. Great. And that's all I have to say. Because God knows when my heart is screaming, what everything inside of me is screaming. When I say, God, please help me. Some days I don't even have the strength to say that out loud. It's woven into every breath inside of me and everything inside of me that I don't even have to say it. My body feels it. I'm saying it now. But everything else is going on around me. It's wired in me. Just God help me. So I don't have a lesson, guys. Not for today. right? I don't have some message. I'll never have some message about why losing Kody makes sense. I just realized why it's hurt me and shattered me so deeply, right? I mean, I already knew, right? But the more that I'm reading my book, after going back over it, like, dang, I love that boy. I miss him, right? It was nothing. There was absolutely nothing, not one single second of my day where Kody was not in it, right? Like I said, it was always supposed to have my kids. I was supposed to be the first one to go, not my children, not my kids. They were the reason I fought. They were the reason I survived. The reason why I built, why I learned, why I kept going. And then when my son was just taken from me, it did not only leave an empty place beside me, it ripped through my whole foundation of who I was. So now I'm crawling through the wreckage, trying to find something, trying to find peace, trying to find myself, trying to fight the things inside my own head, trying not to let everything around me finish breaking whatever is left inside. And I'm numb. But numb is still a feeling. Numb is grief. Numb is exhaustion. Numb is a pain that has gone so deep it doesn't know how to come out anymore. Numb is love. Numb is a mother who still loves her son with everything inside of her. Numb is me trying to survive something that completely destroyed the person I used to be. That's where I am right now. Just numb, lost, searching through the dark. And I still don't know how to live in a world without Kody in it. Because I never thought there would be a world without Kody in it. Never once did that cross my mind. Never once. The thing that I needed the most. The person. One of the people that I thought that was always going to be here. See him grow. So smart. So sweet. So loving. So honest. My baby with a theory. Right? I still don't know how to do this. I don't know if I ever will. All right, guys. So that's it for today. God, please help me. Please help me. That's all I ask. Just help me. Bye, guys.